Everybody, we are live. I was trying to finish up a quick task before it became live time, but unfortunately I didn't get a chance to finish it. So as I'm talking, I'm putting some figs in some Ziplocs because I bought 7 the other day, one of which was a goat. 5 of the 7 I was able to scan to get the barcodes off of. Or to see what they were, and 2 of them I couldn't scan, so I ended up grabbing those 2, and they turned out to be like the set with the weird dog thingy, or just trying to get the weird dog thingy out here. This doggy. So I got 2 of those. So those are definitely going to my store. I did find 1 goat. I found 2 mushroom characters and 2 bat lords, and I have enough mushroom characters. One of my friends wanted one of them, so I'm gonna save those for them. And I think I probably have about 5 or 6 bat lords right now that are currently in bags to be sold. Because I don't know if I want to keep them or not. Because bat lords, not my most favorite Lego theme. Hey, Eric and David Sincere. David will be joining us shortly. He is apparently out running or picking his daughter up from choir practice. I use air quotes because he really went to the Lego store, went to one of the Dollaramas to grab some of the space characters. But technically, he's probably sitting in a parking lot right now waiting for his daughter to finish her choir practice. So we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. But we'll bug him about it later because I have ways of bugging him. So yeah, hey, Eric Smith. Hello, Mr. Sincere. Yeah. So Dungeons and Dragons this week. I think they lost an opportunity. I mean, they're working with Hasbro closely. I thought it would be interesting if they not necessarily created a Lego mold of the die, because I know there's many different die. I think there's 7 different die for Dungeons and Dragons. I don't know the numbers because I've never been able to learn how to play. Hey, battery powered bricks. But yeah, I was thinking, with this set coming out, even giving a 20-sided die or something like that, we in this set, like a Hasbro 20, like a 20-sided die from Hasbro, because they are working with Hasbro on this as a group effort. I thought that would be kind of cool. And the gift for purchase as well is a Mimic, which is also doubles as a dice box. So I don't know. To me, it was a bit of a lost opportunity there. His daughter was supposed to be done at 8:45. Well, things run late. Sorry, we got another bot here from Discord. I really should just stop broadcasting to Discord because I don't think it actually does anything. I don't think really anybody watches on Discord. But anyways, we got 8 people watching right now, so hello, welcome everybody. So yeah, I just finished. Well, I haven't. I like I said earlier, 7 minifigs purchased. Found 1 goat. I was happy. The other figs, like I said, a couple of bat lords, which are currently just going to go into my stock room in the store. I usually keep collectible minifigs for a couple of years before I put them out on put them in my store. These ones are probably going to be claimed, the mushroom characters. And like I said, there was 2 boxes that were unlabeled or that I couldn't scan. I did manage to scan them when I got back home. It's just the app wasn't working. I was moving too much or something. I don't know. But like the last 2 were both barcodes didn't scan. They're both the dog groomer set. And I took the risk of buying it just in case it was a new barcode that didn't scan. Like they were all the large barcodes. So, but yeah. Hello, Anton. Good morning. Whereabouts in the world are you from? That would be morning for you. Just out of curiosity. Nice space sets. Yes, as David Sincere. Oh, speaking of David, I said David Sincere, and another one joined us. Hold on, I got to change the view to throw him in here.
That's okay. We still love David Saints here.
How are you, Davey?
I'm okay, Jeffy. How are you?
Or should I rephrase that? Hello, Dave.
Hi, Daddy. That wasn't very nice, Daddy.
Wow, West Japan. I know you've been on before, Anton, and I think I might have asked you in the past, but West Japan, awesome. We're across the globe now.
We are worldwide.
Hi, everybody. Candidates saying hi too. So Mr. Sincere posted our Indigo stores, Chapters Indigo here in Canada. They have a 30% off sale, and both of these sets were 30% off. I wasn't going to buy it originally, and then I was like, but I set my threshold on Amazon to be 20% off, and 30% off is like $100 savings on those two sets. And I was like, if I don't do it, I'm going to be kicking myself in the butt later, because chances are they either won't come on again for 30% off, or they both of them won't be available at the same time for 30% off. So I ended up biting the bullet. So that means the only one I'm missing now is the larger of the two rovers for the city space set. I did build my friend's space set the other day, and I ended up. Mr. Sincere also mentioned earlier this week. He mentioned that there was a Shuri's jet set. I forgot what it's called. From Shuri, Black Panther 2. Sorry, it's one of those days. From the Black Panther 2 movie that was on sale, also for about, I think it was 40% off. It was down to like $40 or 20. You know what? I'll just look it up quickly. Anyways, it was on sale. And I ended up. I was gonna buy it off of Amazon at that sale price. Oh my! Hold on, I have to change the view now because we have someone else joining. Hey, Jason.
What's up, everybody?
Oh my gosh! How are you?
Oh, I'm good. How are you guys doing?
Just hanging out and having fun and doing well.
For those of you that don't know,
sorry.
Looking at the DnD set.
Well, yeah, we'll be talking about that in a little bit. But Jason, if you don't know, is True Dimensions, J.K. Brickworks.
True Dimensions. You're really showing your age.
I am. Well, I knew you from True Dimension years. But yeah, J.K. Brickworks on the interwebs.
As we like to call him, one of our worst builders we've ever met ever.
Yeah. He's
obviously, yeah. I say the same about you guys.
I won't say that. He showed up at one of our shows with the Discovery model from 2001, and I just instantly fell in love with it. So it's just like one of my favorite builds I've ever seen. And then he had to top that by showing up at the next show with the Leonov and the Discovery, and they joined together just like they did in 2010. It's just like that. Hat off. To this day, one of my most impressive, happiest builds.
Thanks. That's like over 20 years ago, man. It's crazy.
I know, a long time ago, Jason.
Talking about calling out my age, and then Dave mentions that model. I'm like, wow, hey, cool.
Hey, you kids, get off my grass.
So yeah, the two space sets are on sale at Indigo. I did end up. And David Sincere is late because of this. He'll be joining us shortly too. He's not late because of this.
And I can't stay too long, so I just but I wanted to say hi.
Well, then we'll get to you we'll get to you next.
That's fine.
Our local dollar stores, Dollaramas here in Canada. Why is it not popping up? Oh, that's because I have the wrong thing up. Our local dollar stores here in Canada have racks of $5 minifig polybags. And on those racks are the new space set. So I ended up buying 4 of them, and I bought them for the extra figs because I've been playing, and I've been full screening myself. Hold on. I've been playing with new colors and new helmets. So I'm using the dirt bike helmets. I still have to find better helmets, but I'm using the dirt bike helmets. In the dark red and green. Just the green already exists as a regular guy, but I just thought a different level of command or something. Orange I've added. There was a different style of the blue helmets, so I used that. The red underwater helmets, I thought those guys. So I've basically changed their arms just to get the colors, and then the friends ones and whatever figures come in here. So that's my goal, is to get as many of these figures as I can, just so I can color code them and
nice.
have something different still. But anyway, Mr. Candice, how are you doing?
All is well. How are you?
I'm good. Sorry. Hey, Dave, what are you doing?
I am, for the first time in my entire career.
He's lagging out.
Don't
For the first time in
leave
his
us
career,
hanging. What
he's
a
lagging.
cliffhanger. That's a
Wow.
cliffhanger for
For
sure.
the first time in his entire career, he's selling Lego. I'm guessing that's what he's going to say.
Yeah, I saw that on the thread, man. I gotta do the same, actually.
Well, yeah, my whole screen went black, so I guess I paused there for a sec. Freeze frame.
Yeah. It was like
But,
the perfect cliffhanger. You were just about to tell us something epic, and
I did it
cut
on
off.
purpose. I meant to do that.
Okay, not the first time he's lagging, but you know. So
But
yeah,
you know, I'm just going to mention that I probably always had like a yellow castle in my lot because I bought all those used lots back in the 80s and 90s. So I probably already had a yellow castle. I never bothered building it.
Yeah.
But in the past 3 months, I've acquired 3 more yellow castles.
As
just
one
by
does.
buying used lots.
As he does. He's the other one that has the horseshoe syndrome.
And this set here, which is a nice little set. This is a nice little set.
Oh, you know what? As a kid, I always wanted those
Nice.
boat hulls.
And going right back to my childhood, because I remember getting this when I was like 7.
Yeah.
So I just got that. But anyway, so I had the yellow. Yeah, see, here's right here.
There you go.
Nice.
And then
And the set that I wanted when I was a kid, but never got when I was a kid. I mean, this is the Quarry set.
Yeah.
Nice. Good
But
conveyor
I
belt on
came
that.
with Yellow Castle again, and I said, and yet another Yellow Castle. So I said, I'm gonna put that on Marketplace and see what I can get for it. And I sold it within minutes.
Wow.
really? And you got a decent set price on it?
Yeah, and I got this in the lot, which is that's why I bought the lot, and I got this in the lot, which again why I bought the lot.
Oh,
But
I love that.
and I got bags of brick that I'm gonna give to Jeff to build his castle. So
Yes. Yeah, I got to get up there at some point.
yeah, I got a whole bin of bricks for you. Yeah, so I started selling this week, and then I went through all my bins in the garage, and I got more castle stuff that I had reconstituted like previously years, and I sold that too. So it's stuff being moved out, so I can move more stuff in.
You're just doing Facebook Marketplace type stuff
Right now.
Yeah.
Facebook Marketplace, and I advertise on Turolug, but that's whatever. So
yeah,
AFOLs are too cheap to buy stuff. It's
I
fine. They
agree.
know the value, and they're always looking for good deals.
It is funny because I go on Bricklink and I look at the lowest price ever for every set, and I'm going to just round it down to zero from there. And people say, "Will you take $50 less?" I'm going,
Yeah.
"You go buy on Bricklink then." I'm not talking anymore.
Exactly.
I'm already cheaper than that. So,
well, I mean, they don't know the value, right?
it is odd because when I mention Bricklink, they immediately shut up. So
Yeah. Everybody's trying to get a good deal.
everybody's trying to get a deal. And honestly, I'm not trying to make a huge buck on it. That's why I'm going lower than the lowest.
Yeah, exactly. You already got the lowest price if you're going that low.
I'm just trying to get out of the house.
Yeah.
I got to do the same. Actually, I got so many so many sealed sets that I'm never gonna build. It's ridiculous.
It's funny because like when I was a kid, garage sales were for getting rid of stuff, and then somewhere along my lifetime, garage sales became a profit-making machine where people want $10 for like a screwdriver. I'm going, what are you thinking?
Yeah.
It's like I'm trying to get rid of it.
We got an offer from Battery Powered Bricks.
Woot!
That's $50 American. So,
and if he shows up with a huge moving van, he can have it. I better not tempt him because he might come up here.
Yeah, I was gonna say, don't say that, Dave. I've got a trailer. I'll be there.
I sent him a 854. It's one of
Okay,
my
yeah,
favorite
I
videos
saw.
he made.
Yeah, I saw him building that one, and
Yeah, that was
I
great.
think I saw the video of you pulling the parts for that one.
Oh, and again, I got like at least 4 copies of the 854 in the past year alone, in used lots.
He's on his way.
And I got the 853, the box right up there, so I'm pretty happy with that. That was just a couple of months back because I always wanted the supercar box.
Yeah, Axel's asking if you're part of that offer for the whole range.
We're gonna have a bidding war.
Anymore. Yeah, have Dave just talk to you instead of having to watch his videos.
It is very odd how I don't know if it's therapeutic yet, but I was out in the garage pulling more castle sets out of those bins and then going, I'm feeling actually good because I was getting a little. I want to use the word claustrophobic with this room. Like I can't move in it because there's just too much in it, and I've always said I don't want it to expand past this room, but would have to if I don't get rid of stuff.
Yeah.
And that's why Jeff has to show up and take my bin of brick.
I know.
Beyond that, but beyond that, it is. I'm feeling a little more at ease today.
Yeah.
I'll say that. And it's not the money that's coming in because it's not the money's not the issue right now. It's the space and my sense of comfort. And not to be morbid about this because I'm perfectly healthy, but I also don't want Sandy taking care of this.
Yeah.
The way it is.
Yeah.
I don't want that at all, and that's been honestly weighing on me for the past bunch of times. So I'd rather get rid of it on my terms.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, absolutely.
I am driving around Lake Ontario this weekend, but I'm driving the other way.
Okay.
I'm going up to see Janie finally.
Oh yeah, her new place. I saw pictures.
Yeah. So Janie's got engaged or got married, I guess, like a couple of weekends ago. She's right now she's trapped in upstate New York till the legal paperwork's all done before she can come back. So I figured
So happy for her, not the legal paperwork, but everything else is.
Oh yeah, no, I mean at least she's there with her husband and Brandon and stuff, so that's fun. So what are you working on there, Jason?
I'm trying to make a snake head.
Okay. For an upcoming video?
Yeah, I built this thing.
Show it again.
I'll show it to you.
Yeah.
Oh,
cool. Look at you, Mr.
Oh, that's awesome. I already see it. That's
wow.
Yeah, it's an Ouroboros. So a snake eating its tail.
That's awesome.
That's why I love Jason builds, because they're so captivating just to watch.
They are. That's awesome.
But I just have to do the head, so
yeah.
Anyway, I got a reasonable head, but I was nothing, no model's ever finished, right?
That's true.
I'm like, I made a whatever. It's obviously miscolored a little bit, but I made this little head, and now I'm like trying to experiment with different options. You know how it is.
Yeah. The track that's from the latest roller coaster set.
It's just roller coaster track.
This guy.
Just like tons of roller coaster cars. Yeah, actually, some of that.
Yeah.
Just regular roller coaster cars and put some drive wheels on the side.
Does it annoy you that the roller coaster track doesn't all come in one solid color? Like you can't buy an entire set of track.
Yeah. And that space set comes with 3 of these like angled curves, the slope curves.
Yeah.
And of course I wanted 4. So anyway, I just ordered from Pick a Brick. It finally came like a couple days ago. It's like standard, so it took a month to get here.
Yeah. I had an order shipped a couple of weeks ago now, I think, and it hasn't shown up yet, so hopefully it gets here by Friday. I mean, it was just some random parts, so it's not like it was anything I needed. But so I ended up building that roller coaster this weekend.
Nice.
Just because I want to build something.
It's a cool set.
Yeah, agreed. Actually, trapped in the U.S. She got married, but she's not an American citizen, so she's. They're now going through the legal paperwork, I guess it would be, so that she can get her visa or whatever it is. So she can get permission to live in the States full time. But because of that, you're not allowed to travel anywhere. You have to stay in there in case, for reasons I don't really understand.
Yeah, they have to get all the paperwork processed and then make sure that's legit kind of thing. You watch the Green Card with Gerard Depardieu and Andy McDowell, and you have to say, hey, there's stuff going on at the immigration office. So
yeah,
that was a great movie.
Battery powered bricks. Sorry to hear about your grandpa. But
I've been to that before too. Battery powered bricks with relatives that own big farms and stuff. That they had a lot of stuff that accumulated over 5 generations that you now have to deal with. When even my mom passed away, it took us. We went camping one weekend, like a month and a half after my mom passed away, and we brought all her paperwork 27 banker boxes of paperwork that she collected her entire life,
Wow.
and it took us the entire weekend to burn it. So,
Yeah, just a fire going constantly, basically.
yeah, we had a fire pit going constantly, and it was just like, because I didn't want to shred it. Our shredder just kind of just gave up after the second banker box. Just kind of, nope, not doing anymore.
Well, it saw how many boxes were left.
Yeah.
Of course, 1/4 circle. Yeah, you need 4%. Yeah, Lego. Yeah, Lego put three inside just because it's the inclined one, right? I think there's still at least 2 or 3 of the regular circles. Just the regular track.
Yeah, there's a couple. I think there's 2 regular circles, 3 inclined circles, and I think there's also one of the shallow slopes.
Yeah.
Or something. Oh no, there's a big slope. Yeah, there's like a big ramp.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, Europe would be so much easier to live in with marrying someone out of country or out of country, just because it's more open world, right? Because you don't have to cross any borders and go through any customs or anything like that. Is there a right and left variant of that curve?
No,
that's a good question. So it's the same.
There's only one. Yeah.
Would it make sense to have different variants, or can you do it all? With
Yeah,
just like,
you could. I mean, it would. Sure. I mean,
yeah.
It's probably a very low priority. I would much rather have wider curve radius.
Yeah.
That's my. I really wish they had a double, twice the size curve radius.
Yeah. Well, it's been a few years since they built or had a large roller coaster set, so they'll probably do another one soon enough.
Yeah, but I doubt they'll ever do that. But I keep meaning to 3D print one, but I haven't gotten around to it yet.
So, there's something else I was going to mention. Let me just jump over here for a second and see. Wait, where'd it go?
What have you been up to, Jeffy?
Well, I've been up to a bit everything. I was talking about the. Oh, let's go back to this. Again, I was about to start talking. I was talking about the poly bags. Went to 2 or 3 stores until I found one that had it. But I built the Friends space set, which I did mention. I added a new bin to my storage system, reddish orange. My label maker decided to die just as I hit print. So I had to. So I basically drew one black line and died, and then when I put new batteries in, I printed it again, and I had to cut the edge off. That's why that label isn't centered. But
it's all
I was just too bored, or didn't want to waste the extra tape just to reprint it and have it nicely centered. So yeah, I've got reddish orange just kind of up here above my head somewhere now. It's basically got 1x2 plates in it because that's the part that came in that poly bag, and I had like 12 or 16 of them to throw in there. Actually,
how many colors does Lego have right now? How many different colors? How many different colors does Lego have right now?
I don't know the exact number.
I'm sure it's over 8.
It's definitely over 8. I mean, for you, it's probably about 10 less than whatever it is for everybody else.
Yeah, probably 100 less than everybody else.
Yeah. I know I did find this set in our local Walmart. It's a 3-in-1 or 3 sets in one thingy. It's an Easter giveaway. Well, not giveaway. It's $30 to buy this set, and I think it's a $35 value ish. So I was like, I grabbed it and I was like, no, that's not really worth it. I mean, I don't need any of these sets necessarily. Yeah. But hopefully they'll go on clearance or they'll go on sale after Easter or something. If anybody wants them.
Do you get? Did you open it? I
didn't buy it. I put it in my cart, scanned it, came back, and put it back.
I assume it's just the original boxes in that.
Yeah, it's like 2 boxes in a poly bag.
Okay.
They just package it in another box.
Yeah.
Yeah, are we doing presents at Easter now too? People do that sometimes. I think it's more grandparents and stuff like that. We didn't have we got chocolate at Easter. That's what we got.
That's all we got, and an Easter egg hunt. There wasn't any present. That's fine.
So little time.
We had fun.
Speaking of stuff, I did plan something. This is hard to tell just because of the color quality. Let me just zoom in. So this is not the color quality. This is the blue and red and yellow is the area of my former keep in my castle. And I started planning out a few days. Last week I was doing it digitally. This week I actually built some of the pieces. I ran out of the I ran out of these little guys in dark gray, so I just used every color that I had. But I'm just kind of figuring out the size of the keep walls. This is a little bit thinner than the existing one, so hopefully I can fit it into a single bin. I still need to figure out if I'm going to floor the whole thing or just make these modules that I can just pop down, like basically a wall and a tower, and just pop them in place. And then I have to also retile, like re-tan all this stuff out here. The inside part I don't care about because it'll be covered. But yeah, so that's something I started thinking about. Like I said, I literally had 8 and 6, so I had 14 of these things. So I need to build towers that will at least use 3 or 4 layers of this piece. So I'm gonna have to order some off of the A-frame piece. I'm gonna have to order a bunch of those off of Bricklink for less than a penny a piece, because that's how much they go for.
Wow.
Which is really nice. I mean, like 0.01 cent.
Like
because no one had a use for these.
Yeah, that's always good when that happens.
Yeah, again, the city sets, but yeah, that's basically what I've been doing. Not much really.
That's okay though.
Well, my kid's been around. My kid's around this week, so I was hanging out with him and keeping him company. So, and sometimes you just start watching TV, and you don't stop.
Just binge watch everything.
Yeah, pretty much. So, I guess we'll jump into the news. Like I said, Davidson's here. Will join us eventually, and then we'll go bug him. I don't know, Dave, if you're watching, just pipe in for a quick second, so I know you are.
He's busy.
Good. Well, I had a little surprise for him that I was going to show him, but I have to wait.
A helicopter surprise.
Well, maybe, I don't know. There's no new helicopter sets that we have to bug Dave about. But
I should have brought my because I found my old helicopter. Wait, I do. Wait. Oh.
But Dave's not here yet.
Oh, here we go. There's a helicopter.
Oh,
Helicopter
the
for
Technic
Dave.
one.
Helicopter for Dave.
The Technic one. That's
Again.
awesome.
Got this in a lot.
I
Again, I got it off the shelf when I was a kid too, but I got this a lot.
Yeah, I don't think I ever had that one, but I know I was able to build it because I had all the parts pretty much.
Yeah,
right?
when we were building robots, anybody could have built this. Like we had all the parts to build this thing 100 times over.
Yeah. All right. First up, a few Lego Ideas sets this week. That hit 10,000. First one is Scooby-Doo in the Ravenwood Mansion, which is a gorgeous building. I mean,
it is.
And I don't think we talked about this last week, but absolutely beautiful building with the Scooby-Doo characters. Now, I don't know what if this would make it to an Ideas project. Look who's here. I'm not sure. We'll say hi to you in a moment there, Mr. Dave. I don't know if this will actually make it through the Lego Ideas process. It's by Toby Knack. But it's a beautiful building. So if it does make it through, I'm pretty sure a lot of fans will be happy.
Dave, he said Toby Knack, not Tabernac.
Oh,
yes.
Darn it.
So, speaking of Dave, Dave, just before you start, I noticed that you won something this week, and don't talk about it, because I know what you won.
Dave
won a helicopter.
Awesome.
That's my photoshopping skills, and that's now saved in our files. So I can.
It's 9:30. I gotta go, but Dave's here, so he can take the place of Dave. So.
All right, cool. Thanks for joining us, Davey.
You guys are awesome.
Good to see you, Dave.
And Jason.
Bye, Dave.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, Dave. So since that Dave's gone, we'll just add this one back in. Anyway. So yeah, Dave won a trophy. It was obviously not a Stanley Cup.
No.
Oh, pretty much. Come on.
It looks like the Stanley Cup. But
it looks like it's actually the cup that is given to the winner of the playoffs in my beer hockey league. If you could,
so it's a beer cup.
Yeah, it's a beer cup. And it's the first time I won since forever. Since I'm part of the league, and I've been a part of the league since 19 years ago. I joined the league, so
wow,
it was the first time that my team actually won the playoffs. So
nice.
Because I I've been part of great teams before, and we did finish first in the regular season, but never have I been part of the team that won the playoffs. So it was a first for me.
Cool.
Sorry, I'm just typing in chat here. I guess I could have just talked instead of typing, but
Oh my God, why are you typing in the chat? Yeah, come on, you're on live.
I
stream.
know. Well, because Dave was talking, and I thought he was going to continue because he tends to continue, and he stopped.
I tend to continue. Yeah. So,
See?
and I was actually listening in to the stream while I was driving because my daughter actually came out about at 9:05. I think she was supposed to leave at 8:45, and they kept her until 9:05. So I was listening in on the way home, on the drive home. So I know what you guys did, and yeah, I did get the Black Panther thingy. I don't.
Oh, the Shuri's
Sunbird.
Sunbird.
It's actually my third one, but it was such a good price, and I still have the project of turning that one into a Blacktron ship.
There's the original for the record.
Yeah.
And like I said, unfortunately, can we zoom in? Oh yeah, we can. Hey, it does look very Stanley Cup-ish, I have to say.
Oh yeah, totally.
So,
and it's quite heavy. I was afraid of like dropping it and breaking it, so I was very careful not to.
A Lego Stanley Cup mock? No. I mean, someone's probably built one, but there must have been a Lego ice hockey set. Oh, there was, but I chose.
It could be displayed in Toronto because they haven't got a Stanley Cup in over 60.
I knew that would be coming. Well, I mean, but the Hockey Hall of Fame is there, right? So
yes.
So I mean, it does go on display there during the off seasons, I believe, or the off time. But,
yes, actually, there was actually an NHL approved hockey set, but it was such a lame set. There wasn't any minifigures in it. It was like part of maxi figures. You could have done a much better job of it.
There was a minifig hockey set as well, because that's where the 8x16 white tiles came from that I built in my hockey ship years ago.
It wasn't minifig size. It was no, it wasn't.
No, the
challenge accepted.
The goalies were these like
Bionicle
type things.
Yeah.
Nope.
Thank you, Jason.
That yes, but not the only ones. There were the Bionicle ones, but there were also sorry, I just gotta find the set because it does exist.
No, it doesn't.
Well, here's the Bionicle one. But there was also, those are still the Bionicle ones. Don't tell me I'm not. See? 35.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Of course I'm right. I'm always right.
No, not always.
Okay, not always, but that's the biggest image they have. But yeah, it came with tiles and it came with
yeah.
I mean, they're hockey sticks.
I have those tiles too.
Yeah.
But it was a lame set. I mean,
well, it was
work properly and
it was similar to the soccer sets where you instead of a figure you had instead of a stick, they had a little stick here on the thingy. You spun an axle and it would spin the stick part. So, but yeah, I had a bunch of these tiles. I think I have 4 sets worth of tiles for there. But yeah, so.
So yeah, I got this Surrey Schunberg. I also got my order from Indigo.
Yeah.
And so I got the biggest City Space set. It was 30% up, which is good. I also got the second one, the modular space station, which I'm eager to build and add to my store base.
Yeah.
And contrary to Jeff, I also got the friend set that was 30% off. But
Oh, yeah.
gosh
I
darn
don't-
it! Just this week, and I think 2 days ago, I posted it on our private chat that Costco.ca had it for 35% off. So
You're not patient
so
enough.
yeah, I pay $5 and plus tax too much. So, but like Jeff said, it was 30% on my threshold was 25% on
Yeah.
Amazon and on my Camel list. It was marked at 25% off. So at 30% off, I couldn't just not pull the trigger. So
Yeah. So that Sherry Sunbird set, you had posted that in our group chat as well earlier this week, and I was like, yeah, I've already got it. And then I was looking for the Ironheart figure that came in, and I, for the life of me, cannot find that figure in my house. Like it should be. I found all the other 3 figures. I just can't find that one. So I ended up ordering another one, realizing that paying what was it 53 or 43? I think it's the current stuff price is going for, or something like that. 34, somewhere in that range. Whatever the price
$35. I think it was down to $35.
35. But yeah, so paying $35. If I wanted to, I could part out the parts and keep that one figure, and I would get $60 back out of it. Like $60 was the
Yeah, it was a very good deal.
target
So
price. Yeah. But what I ended up doing was I then was on Shop at Home really quickly. I didn't place the order, but I was at Shop at Home, and I noticed that same set is on for like $3 more on Shop at Home on
Yep.
sale, so 30% off. I think it's 35 on Indigo, but anyway.
on Amazon, you win.
No, well, sorry, yeah, on Amazon. It was a few dollars more than Amazon,
Yep.
but I was like, well, if I buy it on Shop at Home and I throw in a couple extra sets, smaller sets, I would get the gift for purchases as well. So I was like, you know what? I ended up adding in the April 1st space base, which is back order, which is available for pre-order, and then I just threw in a bunch of the collectible figs. Like I grabbed 4 collectible figs, hoping to get a goat, but probably not. So yeah, I ended up doing that today instead, and got those 2 gift of purchases as well. So I thought that was a good idea. Yes. Well, did you? You might not have seen this. I don't know if you did. I basically started creating new fig colors
Cool.
with some of the helmets. I need to find better helmets though, because
Well, I like the
different
diver's helmet. That's kind of a miner's helmet or something.
Yeah, the dive. Yeah, and I was thinking it could be space divers.
Yeah,
Possibly,
or
but-
deep space explorers, because
Yeah,
when you're in deep space, there's no sunlight, and so you need
Or-
to
or salvage maybe.
salvage team. Yeah.
But what I was noticing is when you look, I don't know if you can see it, but there's like quite a gap around their helmets, like on the inside, compared to like these helmets fit a lot looser on their heads than regular space helmets. So, and I was using the dirt bikes helmets for dark red and the green. So just try to keep depending on the helmet type, that's the
Yeah, so I
that's
finally found a bunch of these at the third Dollarama I went in, because I went last Thursday to one.
Yeah.
There was none.
Yeah.
Not even one bag of Lego. I went, and tonight, since my daughter had choir practice, and it's not worth coming back
Coming
here, so I usually shop or hang around either at Canadian Tire or at Walmart.
yeah.
But tonight I said, well, I'm going to check out the Dollarama right next to where choir practice happens.
Yeah.
And there were none. So I ended up going to another Dollarama that I know, and they had all the poly bags. So I ended up picking five of these. And I also picked up the Mars Perseverance rover.
Yeah.
So, and because I think it would look nice on my Moonbase display. I don't know how to scale it is, but
Yeah.
I think it would, with a few adjustments, it could like be a nice addition to my Moonbase layout. So
Yeah. Axel was saying that Friends space set is always 25 to 30% off. It hasn't been in Canada yet. So we don't get deals like other areas of the world do, it seems, on some of these ones. And yeah, like you were saying about the the Dollarama. The first one I went to I couldn't find anything. The second one I went to had two displays. Like they had this front display at the front of the store, and then they had the little end cap where the toys were.
Yeah.
And then I went to another one. I bought them here at this store, and then I ended up going to another one yesterday just because I was driving past. I'm like, oh, I might as well just to see what they had. And that one had a different display area, and they had some of the sets there, but it wasn't as big as these other two stores or as the other store was. So it seems to be that it's just whatever. It's up to the store owner or whatever to figure out if they want it, I guess, or where
Yeah, I
they'll
think so.
play it. So
Well,
But-
it's not surprising because I found that most of Dollarama they do have things in common,
Yeah.
but often you get stuff at one that you don't get in other places, and so I think, like you said, it's up to the owner to decide what they hold them in stock. And
it's kind of crazy. Well, kind of interesting. I'm glad they're carrying them. I mean, polybags are very far and few between at any Walmarts I've been to lately. So
well,
at least-
I've seen some in like last Thursday. I actually went to Walmart.
yeah,
Not the usual one I go, but another one, and
Mm-hmm.
they had some poly bags, but they didn't have the space one. So
yeah,
I was looking for a dollar, and I knew that the last Dollarama I went to, they had. I've seen some poly bags before,
oh,
so
okay.
I knew that they probably would have some.
Yeah.
If I went, and
Yeah.
they did. So
Awesome, cool. All right, we'll jump
and
back into
I did place to end with my news. I did place an order today for
arts.
a plushie.
Oh yes,
Because the plushies, the red and the blue astronaut plushies, are now available on Shop at Home if you want
Yep.
them. So I got a red plushie, and I had a pick a brick order that was sitting in my cart for a long time, and so since I wanted the plushie, I did pull the trigger and ordered my and had my pick a brick order. So yeah, that's about it. And it's a big pick a brick order, so
my watch is going crazy for some reason. Sorry.
and so I did get the two gift with purchases.
Yep.
The two
Yeah, which
Easter
I was-
thing, the two
I had
Easter
up here.
sets. Yep.
Which was $105 value to get that one, and then the little poly bag for $50.
So,
So-
I'm gonna get both with
Yep.
my new plushie that's gonna sleep with me.
Yeah, it's interesting that the white one isn't included. Like that they're not selling the white one.
Yep. And
'cause
for the long time, the pink one was available in Canada, but not the blue one nor the red
wasn't
one.
red. Yeah. And then last week it was on the site, but it wasn't available.
Yep.
So I guess they hadn't gotten them in yet or whatever. But yeah, it's like I said, it's kind of interesting that the fourth one, like these were all the Target exclusive stuff from 2022, January 2022. I think.
And the worst, not the worst part, but the funny part is that I got the info because I was looking at my Facebook feed and I saw an ad for Lego and they had the blue plushie. And I clicked on it and there it was, and it was available. So I went, oh. So I would look for I then would look for the red one and order the red one. But so thank you, Lego, for advertising on Facebook. So,
Yeah, there you go. JJ Walker, welcome. When I cannot get to a Lego store, Target has a pretty good selection. Yeah, obviously American, because I think that's the only place Target is these days. But yeah, my closest Lego store is an hour and a half away, so I rarely get to one. So this is my Lego store. Shop at home.
I actually have
Yep.
two Lego stores like very, very near. The Laval one is like
And Jason has one near him. I know.
10 minutes away, and the Point Claire one is like maybe 15, 20 minutes
Yeah.
away. But I don't go often to the Lego store because, well, first of all, the one in Laval is pretty crowded all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, in the weekend, they take away the play areas because there's too much
Oh, yeah.
people in the store.
Yeah.
Well, they take away the play area so they can fit in all the people that are visiting the store.
So I'm guessing that their market is pretty good then, like that. Lego is doing well in that
yeah,
market.
the Laval store is doing very, very well. I
Yeah.
think.
Traveling all over the country, starting to collect stamps to add to my Lego passport. Yeah, I've done the same, and I'm debating. I think I'll be close to the Syracuse store this weekend when I go to visit Janie. So I'm debating whether or not to drive over there. It's going to be an extra like half an hour on my trip to go there, and I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to. North Carolina, I believe I've been to that one in Charlotte. Yeah, I've been to that one personally too. So, but yeah, it's fun to hit Lego stores when you're traveling. Most of them are the same, but or similar layouts, but it's just fun to have something to go do. Anyways, news. Let's get back to the news. Next up, we had Lego. This is the weirdest idea set I think I've ever seen. The Highland Cow. I have words, but this is by Storm Patches. It build features a Scottish bred breed of cattle in a long woolly coat, and I'm like, oh, that's awesome, cool. But do you think a lot of people would buy a cow mock or a cow set?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Is
I
it
don't know either.
minifigure scale or?
No, definitely not. It was just one of the weirder ones.
Well, there are lots of cow lovers. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
my goddaughter is like crazy about cows. So
Yeah,
if it would be a set, I would probably buy it for her.
yeah, yeah. I guess when I first saw it, I was like, oh, okay, like European cow, not a North American cow. Like I grew up on a cow farm, so we had like Holsteins and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Actually, someone else grew up on a cow farm too, I believe. I'm not sure if Jason. Jason, did you grow up on a cattle farm or? He's trying to find the right button, or he's just
Right.
ignoring.
I'm on. Yeah, I grew up on a farm too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Beef farm though.
Beef. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, definitely not North American cow. So
No.
I mean, I could see it maybe selling in Europe and stuff, but I don't know. Just one of the weirder ideas. I've seen in
I
live.
mean, it doesn't look like a very interesting or intricate build. So
Well,
Yeah.
it did hit 10,000 supporters. So
that is true.
I mean, there's got to be people who
There's
like
some interest. There's definitely some.
There's some interest. Yeah.
I guess I just have a beef with it. That's all.
Oh,
Yeah. Sorry.
Jeff,
Anyway,
not
all
with him, everybody.
Next up,
The waiters.
a Greek holiday set or mock. Also hit 10,000. It fits on a 32 by 32
Whoppa.
Features a house with a traditional Greek architecture. It's by Ponerary. I get some shots of the back here as well. Looks like it has some opening walls.
Oh, it has goats.
And goats and goat. Yeah. And the goat that is the impossible goat.
The goat.
And I'm guessing those walls open, but they didn't show a picture of it with the walls open. But
yeah, because there's some inches in there. So
I could see a like they did those Houses of the World collectible series last year, and I could see a Houses of the World minifig series possibly being something people would be interested in, especially if they made
Canada would probably get a log house or something.
A log house or something like that. Yeah. But it'd be kind of neat to have.
We're talking about igloo. We all live in igloos, right?
Maybe Canada would have too. But yeah, I mean, I could see something like that. It'd be kind of interesting. Next up, Men in Black.
Oh, that said, it looks gorgeous. It's a gorgeous model.
This one? Yeah.
No, the previous one. Yeah.
Okay. And this is Agent K's transforming jet car from Men in Black. It's kind of an interesting idea. This is by PDZ. It's built on the 87 Crown Vic. It seems to be like a normal car, but changed into the jet. Yeah. The interesting thing is there's currently a Lego Ideas contest going on for building stuff from the 80s, and maybe Men in Black was the 90s, wasn't it? Yeah, it was. I'll shut up. But-
It wasn't even in the 90s. It was in 2000.
Okay, fine. I'll just shut up. But anyways, it's an interesting mock. I mean,
But
given
I'm still boycotting Will Smith. So
okay, fair
after
enough.
the whole Oscar debacle, so
Yeah,
I'm
fair
not
enough.
interested.
Well, I don't know if I'd want a Crown Vic like a car for my display, or for my collection of cars. But I do have most of them, so I guess I would. Who knows? Dad jokes. Who would have thought? Yeah. All right. Next up is this one was kind of interesting. Lego had a web page up about like kind of activities for kids, asking questions from is Kai a green is the Kai the green ninja, yes or no? But the interesting thing was people started noticing that the artwork is actually AI generated instead of them using regular, like usually they use artists to do their artwork. And so yeah, Lego recently was caught using AI images on their site. On the now taken down Lego Ninjago character quiz, there were plenty of AI images of the characters, some of which were very badly made. You can see that on the hands in some of them. So Lego has released an official statement about this. On one hand, they have a policy of not using AI-generated content, but they also state that AI offers interesting opportunities. So I'm not really sure with that. So let's see. I should have saw. Let me just see if there's a Brickset article for this one, because at least they would
I
give us.
actually have a fun fact about AI, but I'm not gonna say it on live. I'm gonna wait for the stream to end, and I'm gonna tell you, Jeff.
So that's kind of I have something to say, but I'm not going to tell anybody. That's really nice of you.
Well, I have to say something to you, Jeff, but not to our whole audience.
Okay, fine. I don't know if they actually got it as an article last week. It doesn't look like it.
But
no.
it shows my story and this story. It shows that AI is taking more and more. Like, yeah.
I just noticed the hand here is weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, AI is taking more and more space in either creatively or work related, or it's getting more and more out there. So
yeah.
And you have to assume that companies like Lego, they're going to use AI more and more because
I mean,
it's cheaper and faster and.
Well, yeah, I mean, definitely compared to like going to an artist and saying, "Hey, we need a bunch of these pictures," but it also destroys their brand a bit, right? Like you look at some of these characters, and it's like some of the colors of these. This is all about Kai, who's the red ninja, and Nia, who's blue, but here she's looking more green. Oh yeah, who's Kai's sister? So it's supposed to be Nia. This Kai isn't even red. So I mean, it was just even noticing things like that. I was like,
somebody should have proof check those.
Yeah.
Before putting them online.
Yeah.
Because sure. you can actually you can use AI, but you still need quality control to make it work. So
yeah. That being said, I do like the idea that these look like collectible cards or something, and like the artwork is actually kind of cool, except for the fact that there's some mess ups in it, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's kind of interesting. Lego minifig factory.
I mean, they could had someone like Photoshop these and make them that just correct the hand thing and
yeah.
Lego would be golden.
But would you want to take AI generated content and fix it? I wouldn't want to do that either. It'd be like, so you don't want to pay for us to draw it, but you want to pay for us to fix what you had done for free or whatever.
Well, I imagine that Lego has in-house Photoshop designers.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
on their payroll, so they're not. It's not like they're not working, but I
Yeah.
don't know.
And Paul, yeah, it is true. It could be like obviously not Lego internal, or Lego could have just said, "Hey, we need you to do this artwork," and the guy was a little too busy and went to the AI route, or maybe they farmed it out to someone and they ended up returning back AI generated content.
That's I think that's what happened. I think
Yeah.
it was a farm out job, and
Yeah.
the other
Uh,
company ended up doing AI instead of
Yeah,
original artwork.
that's twice now we've mentioned farms, and you can hear the level of bowl going up.
Moo.
And for the record, someone is in the BS corner down below in the image. Sorry, Jason. Unfortunately, when the image appears around builders, it just leaves BS. So
that's what I'm all about.
Moo.
all right, next up, so Lego Minifig Factory is something, a program that you can go into one of the stores and have a figure printed. And someone
But
did a review.
correct me if I'm wrong, but I've only known that it exists in European stores and American stores, I think.
Yeah, so last week Lego announced that the Minifig Factory has returned to shops. It was in beta, like you said, in Europe and in the States. And you can get a custom fig printed for $11.99 US, I'm assuming. Lego recently gave the Brick fan an opportunity to check out the system. And they now have more heads and bodies in there as well. It looks like it comes in a paper bag. And I mean, there's a selection process. You can choose your heads and your prints.
And someone posted that you can actually choose the Classic Space logo
Oh, can
for
you?
the torso. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, I don't see that here, but one thing I noticed when designing, this is the author, obviously, not me, when designing the back of the minifigure, is that the coloring on the physical minifigure is a little darker than what you see on the screen. I had to super zoom in on the minifigure to try and make out the words. I suggest if you're using a darker torso color, use bright letters. So there's some wording, I guess, on the back of the torso. Oh, here it is.
Oh,
You see
yeah.
it at the bottom. But I was also noticing the quality of this print. Right, you see a lot of these white lines. I don't think that's dust. I think that's just issues.
Yeah,
with
but
the
it's machine printed, so
yeah,
and it's not like someone from Million Prints, not to name anyone, that revise its work. And
yeah, fair enough. No, I'm just saying it was kind of interesting to see. Axel classic space torsos. Now you can make classic spacemen in all colors. I believe this is only on a white torso.
Yep.
I don't think they have all the different colored torsos. You also get a 1x3 printed brick with a QR code on both sides. So, Lego.com with some kind of QR code on there. So maybe that's for Lego, or I don't know why they would have a QR code on it. Maybe it's the Lego.com QR code.
No, I think it's if you want to remake your minifigure, you can scan the QR code and.
Yeah, maybe. Let's find out. 6MET5K. Yeah, it's just returning a numbered code. So yeah, I literally just scanned the QR code on the screen. So yeah, it's just a unique number, I would guess. Yeah, give the fans what they want. Minifig or space torsos in all colors, and castle torsos as well. So of interest, speaking of castle, nice tie-in here. The current Bricklink Designer Program Series 4 finalists have been revealed. I don't believe Jason has one in here this time.
I haven't had one for a long time.
What happened, Jason?
I know.
You got sick, or
it was the perfect opportunity.
I gave up. I don't build buildings, so they're all buildings. Most of them are buildings. But
so
doesn't interest me.
So yeah, Series 4 program. The voting is done, so they've got the 5 finalists, which in the near future will be up for up for purchase. Obviously, it's now in the refining stages, and where any necessary adjustments can be made before locking down the design for production.
And again, it's weird. Not weird, but I mean, it's obvious that Lego needs to put out a castle line
Yeah,
because
exactly.
look at these designed. I mean, there's like, I mean, is it 4?
Three
Like
three out of the 4 of them I would say are definitely castle based. Or 3 out of 5, sorry. It looks like
is castle base, and one is Western, and the other one I don't know.
The other one's about this crowdfunding will begin in February 2025 for these. So yeah, first up we have a medieval seaside market by Brixfan UI. So there's that one. Next up is a merchant boat by Nicholas Carlier. So it's kind of interesting because it's a building on a boat. Next up is Siege Encampment by Sleepless Nights. This one kind of interests me because we rarely get siege type stuff in the castle line. I mean, we did back in the 80s, but and I don't know that this one looks like it would be one of the lower cost level ones.
Yeah.
Compared to, this guy.
And you get a trebuchet, which you don't.
A trebuchet, yeah, and a trebuchet and a rampart. I think that's what it's called. I can't remember. It's been so long since I've.
The siege tower.
The siege tower, yes, thank you. And then Riverside Scholars by Hans was. Again, this one's not actually castle themed, but easily would go into a castle.
Yeah,
could fit into a castle world.
I mean, it's a Zelda model in disguise.
Yeah, there you go. And last but not least, the Wild West Train by Lucky. So this is interesting too because the last round of designer program sets, the Wild West market store thingy was one of the ones that didn't hit 30,000. It qualified, but it's one of the ones that's going to be in a less. A lesser, what am I saying? It's going to be more on demand probably because they didn't sell as many of them. So I would expect the price of that one to end up being higher in the long run. But we have, and I mean, this will definitely be a train fans, like a lot of train fans will go for this as well as Wild West fans. So I don't think
because it trains fans will go for it because you can actually use the water tower and
the windmill and everything too.
Windmill, so
and I mean it's an older style train, so why not, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, but so I mean I don't think this
it doesn't have a caboose.
It does not. Well, no, it's just a boxcar. I mean, usually the caboose has that on the roof, right?
Yep.
So, anyway, so yeah, those are the 5 models that will be in the.
But February. 3 out of 5 sets are castle-ish or castle base or could fit in a castle. So, I mean, isn't it obvious that Lego needs a castle?
Yeah.
and look at that the previous wave that it was the same thing. Most of the sets that made it through were castle base or castle-y.
Yeah. And I mean, you look at the past few months, we've had the Dungeons and Dragons set, which we'll talk about shortly. We've had the castle market.
Lion King's Castle. The Lion King's Castle. We had the the revamp of the medieval marketplace
and Snow White's Cottage. I still throw that in there as well because to me that could be castle themed. And there's also the Sanderson sister house as well from that I can't think of the name of the movie right now. You know what I mean, though.
And we also had the 3-in-1 creator castle.
Yep. So there's been a lot of castle, and we shouldn't complain. But it would be nice to have a city style line of castle sets again. Not city castle, but I mean just
castle.
Like give us small castle sets. Yeah, castle line. Exactly. Next up, one of the big releases for this week. I don't think we talked about this last week.
No, because
Dookie-
it was announced just
yeah, the day after, the
on
Thursday.
the Thursday.
So, whoops, I just clicked on. What did I do?
Oh no!
Oh, Duplo Peppa Pig sets have been officially announced. I don't follow Peppa that much personally. I've heard of it, but these will be available April 1st. They are currently listed on Shop at Home. I don't think they're pre-ordered though. Oh, August 1st. Sorry, I thought it was April 1st. So there's a few sets. There's the Peppa Pig Garden and Treehouse for $19. For $29 US is the boat trip, and $44.99 is Peppa Pig's birthday house.
I know that a lot of young kids are do like Peppa Pig, but as a parent and as the husband of kindergarten, yeah, and my wife says, and we watched the show like a couple of shows, and it's
creepy.
terrible. It's terrible. It's terrible, and educationally wise, it's not on par. I mean, it's even worse than Caillou. I mean, and Caillou was bad educationally wise. So.
Yeah. I do have one question though. Does Peppa Pig have a regular house as well as a birthday house? Like, is this the house she's in during her birthday? Anyway. And another one here, supermarket set for $69 as well. I think that's it. So
I would have preferred that Lego would have picked up the Bluey line instead of Peppa Pig.
Well, I think a lot of people would have been really happy with that, because there seems to be a lot of adults that are into that too. I haven't had a chance to look at it.
Yeah, I saw a few episodes of Bluey, and it's much better than Peppa Pig.
Okay, well there you go. Dave's a Bluey fan.
Yeah,
he's also
definitely.
Yeah. All right, so Lego Dungeons and Dragons, we mentioned a few times. It's the banner of our show today too. So yesterday, the Dungeons and Dragons Castle set was announced, or the Dungeons and Dragons set was announced. There is also a gift with purchase that will be available.
Which we saw on last week's show.
Yeah. We saw a picture of it because it was part of an advertisement. So this is the Mimic dice box, which is going to be, again, a freebie when you buy the set in the first few days from April 1st to April 7th, while supplies last. So basically from April 1st to April 1st, if it's like anything like the last time.
2 a.m.
Pretty much. This will be available from the 1st to the 7th, but we'll assume that it'll probably sell out within the first few days. It's 168 pieces. It was already shown as part of their teaser.
I'm thinking not a few days, but like a few hours.
Yeah. I still think this should have came with a 20-sided die or something like that, even if it's not a Lego piece.
Yeah,
I still think that would have been something cool to throw in. Maybe have a Lego logo somewhere on it. I don't know. Obviously, they're not going to mold a die, but I don't know. I think that would have been like giving someone a wallet with no money in it, right?
Yeah,
I mean, they've had all kinds of gift with purchases for Star Wars that are not Lego related.
Yeah,
They could have, got somebody to create a die that was Lego branded.
Yeah. Or even just a regular 20-sided die or a small die set or something like that.
But in Lego colors like red and yellow.
Oh, that'd be kind of cool. But then again, to me, probably most Dungeons and Dragons players already have a set of die and they don't need more die.
I don't have any Lego branded die.
No.
Oh, if you have a special die, I mean, add it to your collection.
People love exclusive stuff, man.
Yeah, exactly. So there is also a gaming like a game book that's going to be available as well at the sounds of it, and I'm not sure if this main article actually says it, like with the Red Dragon Tales set that was officially announced. And
I said in our private chat, because there were some early pictures that were released. It looks like I personally I prefer the original that was submitted on Lego Ideas.
Okay.
Because the inn actually looks better in the original set, in the original ideas that in the set.
Yeah, the inn looks better.
And what gets me is that purple blue roof. I mean,
Yeah.
what's going
Yeah.
on here? It looks like Ninja Go and Monkey Kid had a illegitimate child, and it ended up being raised as a castle set. And, I mean,
That made me laugh when you posted that the other day,
yeah. So
for the
yeah,
record.
but I mean, I don't know. And someone said, well, someone I posted that on Facebook, and someone answered back saying, well, the dragon is more accurate because
Red
usually it's
dragons
a
are-
red dragon and not a green dragon in Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
I mean, they could have just changed the color of the dragon that was in the original idea set. And
Well, and I did also hear someone, I think Jane Bricks or someone, that's mentioned that it is Lego ideas, which means they don't have to follow they're taking the idea of the set and
Yeah.
running with it, and maybe I think it was Hasbro they're working with. Maybe they've said, hey, we want it to be a red dragon or whatever, right? Like they probably have whoever is controlling the D&D license probably had some say in it as well.
yeah,
Um,
but and again, that dragon, I mean, it looks great
yeah,
in red, but I'm having a problem with the head, and especially since the head doesn't have like
eyes.
definite eyes. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
I haven't.
I think the more menacing aspect of a dragon it is the eyes. I mean,
Yeah.
you have to get the eyes right, and that
Yeah.
dragon doesn't have any eyes. It just have like two
I
holes.
mean, there are eyes. They're just hidden underneath the horns. But yeah, you're right though. They should be more prominent.
Yeah.
And reddish orange as well as part of the color palette for this dragon. So they're using the new color as well. Let's see what other pictures they have here.
And my other beef is the price point. I mean, $469.99 for that
Canadian,
set. You're paying a steep license tax here.
Yeah. It's funny because they don't actually show. What's the set number again? They don't actually show the 2, 1, 3, 4, the eyes of the dragon. Let me just pull it
Yeah,
up here.
but people have reviewed it and have shown it. It's
Okay.
it's not visible in the pictures, but it's like a printed wedge plate underneath the
Oh, okay.
horn. But it's really hidden by default, or at least in older imagery.
Yeah, we'll look at these pictures a little bit more thoroughly in a few minutes. Obviously, you're a player of D&D, Jason.
I mean, not currently, no,
But you have.
I have. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I've always wanted to play D&D, and I just have never had the opportunity to learn. So, I mean, while I get a lot of the context of what's in here, I don't know a lot of. I wouldn't have known if the treasure chest was called a mimic or things like that, or I don't know what these little mushroom people are.
Yeah. I mean, the monsters and stuff look pretty good. And,
yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, for sure.
I mean, it all looks good. I mean, the thing is with anything like this, like it doesn't really matter what the set looks like. Everybody's like people that are interested are going to buy it.
Yeah,
dragon could be red, dragon could be green.
Yeah,
Like,
but
obviously we're nitpicking a lot, but at the end of the day,
yeah, but
they could have designed it however they wanted, and like everybody would have still bought it.
Yeah, I know, but as Paul mentioned in our private chat, I mean, for the same price, you could buy two 3-in-1 castle.
Oh yeah,
and
for sure.
a Ninja Go dragon, and you would still have $100 left in your pocket.
Yeah.
I mean, I think for pricing, they're definitely just seeing how much they can
gouge us for.
And if there's only going to be one D&D set, which might be quite likely, then they want it to be like a flagship set that's like premium priced.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean it's a very interesting set for sure. Like I like what I'm seeing in it. The characters all look pretty cool. There's a gelatinous cube here, so that's pretty fun too. Forgive me if I actually called that
Jeff,
wrong.
you being a Castle fan, Jeff, are you gonna get that set?
Because it costs $460 some odd dollars, probably not. I don't have.
That's what's I'm having trouble with my words today. That's what worries me, because D&D fans are mostly Castle fans also.
Yeah.
And you're appealing to a large portion of castle fans.
Yeah.
So are castle fans going to go for that set, considering the price point and
Yeah.
just
Well, I
to
mean,
get like the D&D brand name?
characters and stuff. Yeah, I mean, obviously, they're reaching out now to the whole Dungeons and Dragons community as well, which might not be Lego fans, but maybe that'll get them into Castle as well and stuff too, right? I mean,
Well,
I would love
maybe,
to have this set for
but
the
like I
character.
said in our private chat, Lego tends to treat all brand fans
Yeah.
as Star Wars fans. But Star Wars fans are like a brand of their own. They'll make of their own. They're gonna buy anything that has a Star Wars brand on it.
Yeah.
But other brands, brand fans are not like Star Wars fans. They're not simply gonna buy something just because you have your name.
I
Your
think
name.
some people will, but I mean,
Yeah.
Some
one would
people will,
assume,
yeah, sure, but not the
I
majority.
mean, one would
like-
assume Lego will, have done some market research
Yeah.
based on the price and everything. But
Yeah.
you
And
know,
who knows if they have to pay royalties to D&D as well, right? Like, I
I'm
would
sure they
assume
have to pay
would.
royalties. to
Sure,
Wizards,
sure,
of course,
they do, but
But
Um,
I mean, I'm not gonna get it. It's way too expensive. But I
Yeah.
mean, I don't buy any premium Lego sets anymore because they're just like way too expensive.
yeah, I hear you.
But
Um,
I mean, maybe it'll go on sale. Like they've definitely had some misses over the past. Like the
Yeah.
Hulkbuster is like perennially on sale for like 30% off now.
the Black
That,
Panther bust.
Yeah, the Black Panther
Yeah.
bust was 40% off for like a
Well,
year.
I mean, that one was in the
Ridiculous.
name, Black Panther Bust, right? Like, I should have realized that,
So who knows? Maybe this will be on clearance for 30% in a year.
and if
but-
it is, then yeah, I would consider buying it probably.
Yeah.
Right? Like when the
Right.
castle sets dry up and there isn't anything to buy.
Oh my God, you'll
Um,
definitely have enough castle on the Bricklink designer program. Like,
Oh, you want see that's something I don't. For the record, the only Bricklink Designer Program thing I've ever bought is your airplane mock,
nice.
the two planes.
But still, the
I haven't
fact
built
that
it yet.
that winter castle from round one was sold
Yeah.
out in like 3 hours or whatever.
Yeah,
Like that just shows you that people have a lot of money and are willing to pay for and willing to spend it on like Lego castle stuff.
Wizards of the Coast. Thank you, Axel. I did pop that up a few minutes ago. And D&D is very time consuming. Yeah, I know. I know it's like a weekly thing you do or like that type thing. I don't know. I just always thought I'd want to try it.
It's a day long weekly thing kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, my younger brother still plays every Friday, probably for like 3 hours a night with his buddies.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I mean, for me, it was just I never experienced it when I was younger, and because my crowd of friends didn't play D&D, so I think the D&D set is mostly for speculators. Yeah, this is true too. Buy it, see how much it's worth. But I mean,
wow. There are a lot of people in the world.
yeah,
I'm sure a lot of people will buy it and build it.
Well, I know that I got some comments on Facebook that I know that fans have been waiting for that set and they're gonna buy it. So
Yeah. I mean the Reddit Lego the Reddit D&D subreddit was definitely had like multiple articles about it. People were like jazzed on it, like big time.
So based on the fact that it's 3,745 pieces, what do you think a valid Canadian price would be for it? Like 350?
I mean, I would pay $350 for it probably, but like
Or
what is it?
three or maybe 400. I mean,
I still wouldn't buy it even at that price.
because it's a licensed set. I'd still I think 400 would be a decent price.
So really
$399.99, but
yeah, it's $70 overpriced, so it's the same overpriced as the Hoopty Marvel set, which is 20% off on Shop at Home right now, but it's still $79.
It's still ridiculous. I'm not gonna pay $79 for 346.
I mean that
pieces.
did people mention that X-Men set in the chat?
Oh, yeah,
I didn't mention that.
Yeah, that thing is crazy too, man. Like it's ridiculous.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, like I said, if it comes on sale and I have some money sitting around, which will be never.
Yeah, I mean, it's still, even if it was $400, it's still $400. Like,
yeah,
it's a lot of money.
Yeah, 99
Oh my
Canadian
God,
right
that's
now,
ridiculous.
20% off.
Oh my god!
It's still more than 20 cents a piece.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Which is just crazy. Yeah,
I'm
X-Men
not
Jet.
getting that set ever. I mean,
I mean, the X-Men series just came out this like today, I think it was, or yesterday. So I would be surprised. 109
what
for
is
this
that?
X-Men Jet. So I would
Oh,
think this
God,
one
yeah.
might get some sales in the next few weeks as well. But yeah, 359 pieces,
pieces.
109
I mean,
bucks.
That's ridiculous.
It is completely.
30 cents a piece.
Lego is smoking something.
Man. But still, I'm sure some people buy it.
Yeah.
The thing is, the
Yeah.
filthy casuals, you know, they
Yeah,
just
they
see
don't
the
know any better.
minifigs and they're like, yeah, they don't even care
Oh.
how much it costs.
Yeah.
Just buying
Yeah.
the minifigs.
Yeah. I don't know. I personally, I love the look of this ship. That's why I kind of want to buy it because I think it looks beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely.
But anyways, all right. Let's continue
Too
on.
small a scale though, but for
Yeah.
compared to the real thing. But
So some Brothers Brick sets this week or box this week that I caught my eye. Jeff Chapman has built this spooky Salem house, which I was realizing with the lighting, you don't know really what this looks like. But luckily they did get a picture of it in a regular lighting aspect. But just like the way the roof's done with the tiles,
this is
just
amazing.
yeah, it looks really cool. So next up is a Star Wars mock. Try not to be too emo on Rick's Road. I didn't quite get the title, but I mean, if you recognize the scene, it's from Andor. Really, did I just download it? I didn't mean to download it. Anyway, so it's the obviously some graphic or some image manipulation here, but it's the scene where the droid is broadcasting its owner's last words, I guess it was, or whatever it was, causing a distraction as well. But it just looks pretty cool. I like the shape of some of the buildings and stuff. So,
yeah, the Imperial compound is actually like quite dead on.
Yeah. So,
At
and
least the shape of it.
Yeah, two more. This was just a nautical one. No nautical know-how necessary to marvel at this massive Lego sailing ship by Tasco.
Yeah, this is like crazy, big, massive.
Yeah, and detailed.
Yeah,
just absolutely insane. And just all the rigging and stuff. It's just gorgeous. So, Saint Germain. And last but not least, Blacktron 2 Cosmic Gemini bursts the nostalgic bubble. We don't get a lot of Blacktron 2 sets these days, or mocks these days. I thought that one looked kind of cool.
Nice.
Yeah. It's got some
functionality. Yeah, pods, the detaching pods. That's
yeah. And one on the back as well, it looks like. Or is that where the vehicle's stored? Or that's just the storage hatch? Not sure. But anyways, thought those were kind of cool. And that wraps up the news.
Ooh, cool.
Where's my screen thingy here? I already showed that. But so yeah. So now my goal for the next few days is to try and find some better helmets online, figure out what helmets are available. I don't want to use the classic space or the motorcycle helmets. I want to use different colors because, like I said, to make the red guys, you just put on red hands, give them the dark blue hands like the other guys, and I mean these ones I can put air tanks on as well. But I don't know. I just thought it was kind of fun to see what kind of color of new figs we can make. So I don't know. Should we call it a night?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, we'll call it a night. Slow news night. So thanks everybody for coming.
Glad to join again.
Yeah, thank you.
6 months. Once every 6 months. It's
great having you.
You're always welcome, Jason. Always.
I know, but I'm usually The only reason I'm here is because Crystal is out.
Well, then Crystal's always welcome to go out too. Then.
Anyways, great to catch up with you guys.
Yeah. We'll talk to you guys later. I'm going to hit the button to end the stream, and we'll talk to you.